Hello friends, in this video I am going to show you how to build the Openstack cloud environment. In the previous videos we have explained you from the basics about what is Openstack, why Openstack becomes a cloud computing solution, Openstack architecture and Openstack components. Please refer those previous videos, that will be easier for you to understand this session much better. Openstack is a complete set of projects which consist of several components. These are interrelated components that control the hardware pools of processing, storage and networking resources throughout a data center. To build the Openstack cloud environment, we need to install these components on a single server as a standalone, and we call these as a single node deployment, or on a multi-node which are connected together, and we call that as a multi-node configuration. As the image shows, for single node we will install all the components of Openstack in a single server, and it should be a high-end server to be capable of managing these services. And the other image shows that multi-node deployment, and here we have a two VMs or two servers. On one server we will be installing the basic services Keystone, Glance, Nova, Horizon, and we call that as a controller node. On the second node we will be installing Neutron and Nova. So we can split these components into multiple servers, and we can combine all these nodes in a Openstack cloud. This is a continuation of our Openstack cloud computing tutorials. Links related to this session are mentioned in the description below. Refer those links. If you wanted to know more about something else on this session, or if you feel something I have missed, please leave your comments and subscribe our YouTube channel for more updates. And you are watching LANetguide.net tutorials. To start with, install these components all together on a single server, which will make you to understand easily about the Openstack cloud with all components. And we have a utility called Packstack, which is a utility that uses Puppet modules to deploy various components of Openstack on multiple pre-installed servers over SSH automatically. But deploying manually these components involves lot of commands and require more time, and we'll show you that in the next video one by one. In this video I'll be showing you how to build the Openstack cloud environment using the Packstack. So this is so easy to build the cloud environment. Just tell the Packstack utility what you want. So rest of the things Packstack will take care of everything. So let's see how to build the Openstack cloud environment using Packstack utility through RDO repository. My lab setup is I have a single VM server with 4 GB memory, and I have installed CentOS 7.3 64-bit, and we should have a minimum one network card with internet connection, because we are going to install this Packstack and everything through RDO repository. It requires internet connection, and also virtualization extension should be enabled. Steps involved in this session are: install RDO repository. Once you have installed that RDO repository, install the Openstack installer called Packstack, and set up the Openstack configuration on the Packstack file, and install the Openstack using the Packstack answer file. These are the steps involved in this session. This is my lab server. As I told you before, this is CentOS 7.3. Before installing anything, I would recommend to update all the packages using this command yum update. So we have updated the packages. Let's install the RDO repository. yum-y install This is the RPM link, rdoproject.org repos RDO release. Once you have installed, this will create a repo file under /etc/m.repos.d. RDO stands for RPM distribution of OpenStack. Let me install that. Installed. So if you have a look under /etc, here you will be having a repo called RDO release and RDO testing. These are the two files have been generated. Let's install the OpenStack installer called Packstack. The package name is Openstack-Packstack. Once we have installed this OpenStack Packstack installer, we can configure our OpenStack. So Packstack can be used to install each OpenStack services on a single server or on a separate server. The installation has been done. Let's start the configuration of OpenStack. So to configure the OpenStack, there are some ways. Packstack -- all-in-one, which means this will install all the components of OpenStack on a single server. So you cannot customize the configuration. And if you prefer to customize the OpenStack configuration as some components you don't need, for example, you don't need Nagios and you don't need demo project and you don't need glance component, then you have to customize the configuration before deploying the OpenStack. So at that time you cannot use this option as all-in-one, because this will install all the components. So what you have to do is you have to generate an answer file. On that answer file you can customize your configuration. I will show you that now. Instead of this, generate the answer file equal to, on the path, my answer file .txt. So this will generate the answer file on the specified location. Now just open this configuration file and customize your configuration. This is easily understandable answer file, so we can choose which services are need to be installed, and you have a clear information about each parameters over here. Config SSH key, the path and default password. I am going to customize few basic things which I don't want. So here if you have a look of demo, search for demo. There is a project called demo. I don't want the demo provision to be enabled, so I am going to disable that demo version. Yeah, config provision demo, by default it is enabled, so I am just going to disable that, as well as I am going to set the default password to my password, because I cannot remember their encrypted password. So to make it easy, I am going to set the password of Keystone with my password. So search for Keystone admin. This is the one. We cannot remember this password, so I just replace this with Red Hat. If you have a look of this configuration, it is quite easy. Just read this config MariaDB install. You want to configure MariaDB? Yes. You want to configure the glance component? Yes. You have to configure Cinter? Yes. You want to configure the component Manila? No, because these are additional components, not the basic components. And Nova, obviously we need. This is a Nova computing node component. Yes, we need. And Neutron, yes, obviously networking component. Yes, here they have mentioned all the informations. And Horizon, obviously we need. That is a dashboard. Yes, and Shift, yes, we need. And Ceilometer, yes, we need. So everything is clear with instructions. Then finally, you have to configure the IP address properly. If you have a multiple IP address, automatically this answer file will be generated with the first IP address of your machine. So if the IP address is correct, then leave it is. If not, replace this IP address with your controller host IP address, the main IP address which one you are going to use for this OpenStack Cloud IP address. Okay, here I am going to replace this with my IP address, which is 192.160.2.1. so everything has been replaced. So now save and exit. If you have only one IP on your VM server, then leave it is. By default it will take the proper IP address. Save and exit from the file. Let's install the OpenStack using this answer file. To use that, the same syntax, instead of generating, just use this answer file. Hit enter. And this process will take more time depending on the memory you have in your VM as well as the components you are going to install. So the installation has been completed successfully, and if you see the last few lines from the above output, which will give you some information about the dashboard link and your login credentials, where it is being stored under your home directory. There is a file called keystone rc_admin will have the login credential of your OpenStack dashboard. And to access the OpenStack dashboard, open your browser and use this link, and just open the login credential file. Here you have the username and the password. Let's open the browser and we'll access the dashboard. So this is your OpenStack dashboard, and the component used for the dashboard is Horizon. So here the username is admin and the password what you have set during the installation, that is Red Hat. Enter. So this is how the dashboard once you have logged in. Here you have multiple options like the projects, admin identity. Under identity you have the different projects, users, groups, roles. So we can log into this OpenStack web interface dashboard to create and manage the OpenStack cloud environment. So we have done the OpenStack installation successfully using the Packstack utility easily, and in the next video I will explain you how to work with this horizon component dashboard to create, manage and delete the instance, and how to manage the other things in the dashboard. If you find this video is helpful, please do appreciate our efforts and hit like button and share with your friends about LANetguide.net tutorials. Subscribe our channel to get further updates and stay connected with us on social networking sites. For more tutorials, visit our website www.lanetguide.net. Thanks for watching this video.